Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all, so, and I hope you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you most deliciously wherever you are in the world. However, there's many that need to keep a handle on it. Okay, my delicious babies, now then. So what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So it's 10 to 2 in the afternoon in our old Brummy Lands, my delicious little babies. Now, I've already switched my lights on, okay, because I've had to do a take two. Because the first time round, it was censoring, it like sensors where your hand goes and then, it just automatically comes on. She just comes on, my delicious little babies, okay, does the old Samsung. Anyway, my delicious little babies, and the weather outside, and by the way, sorry, I hope that life is treating you all deliciously well, my little beautifuls. Now then, the weather outside, very grey. It's been peeing down for most of the day, my delicious little babies. And there's many who need to keep a handle on it out there, my delicious little babies. Okay, I'm not talking to you, my little beautifuls, okay? It's just that we're seeing quite a few on different channels, my delicious little babies. Now then, so the weather's crap basically. Okay, my delicious little babies. So well, as no surprise, surprise. Okay, my delicious little babies. What have I got today? What have I got? I've got Schweppes's tonic water, and I've got orange juice in it. So I'm just going to have a sip, please, and thank you, my delicious little babies. It's a nice drink, actually. It's how can I explain it? It's quite sharp. That's the best way to explain. It's very bitter, but it's a lovely taste. It's very refreshing, my delicious little babies. Anyway, let me just get back to the matter in hand. I'm sure you do not want to hear about orange juice and tonic water all day, my delicious little babies, vitamin C. Anyway, you can have pineapple and tonic water. You can have what else can you have? You can have I'm pretty sure cranberry and tonic water. The list is endless, my delicious little babies. Now then, so what do I want to say first? Okay, first of all, let me just get this one out of the way. So I've noticed on old YouTube, my delicious little babies, the advertising, and it's called how are they pronouncing it? Aura or Aura, an Aura ring. My delicious babies, everybody knows my pronunciation is rather shat. Okay, my delicious babies. Yeah, and I thought I'd write it down actually. So light, you'll forget it's on. Yes, my delicious babies, that means no. Of course, you will not forget that it's on, my delicious babies, because a ring is a ring, isn't it? So surely to goodness, you'd know if you're wearing a ring or not, wouldn't you, my delicious babies? It's the same with these smartwatches. There's nothing smart about them at all. My delicious babies, if I had a squid for every time I bumped into somebody whilst out walking with my beautiful, delicious Ruby Tuesday, because my beautiful, delicious amazing me who can walk south. If I had a squid for every time somebody was jogging or walking fast and doing their 10,000 steps, I'm sure I'd be on my way to becoming a millionaire. Rest my delicious little babies. Even though a man created time, the fact of the matter is, have ones forgot what a normal watch looks like? I'm wondering. I do know that there are many who do still know what a real watch looks like, my delicious little babies. But that reminds me, Rolex is not selling as many TikToks. Are they, my delicious little babies? Yeah, heard about them as well. Yeah. Anyway, my delicious little babies, yeah, stumbled rightfully so. Myself, I always thought they were pretty overpriced. Myself, my delicious little babies, a bit like Cartier. Anyway, my delicious little babies, now then. So yeah, so for anybody out there, my delicious little babies. Anyway, that doesn't mean no. For anybody out there, well, if you're watching my channel, my delicious little babies, then you know how I rock and roll. My strong suggestion would be not to purchase one of these items, because we must also remember what the putrid, what's his name, Robert Kennedy, in Born in the USA, what he said. you know, these older wearables. What was it? Please do not quote me. In the next 4 years, my delicious little babies, do you see how this rocks and rolls? Okay, so they do not want ones wearing a normal watch. Well, nobody really, to be fair. In my view, I'm a woman with a view. I should have my effing view. I personally do not believe that we should have watches. It's been decades since I have wore a watch. My delicious little babies. Um, Sometimes I just estimate the time. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies. Anyway. But the fact of the matter is, they do not want you wearing normal rings either. You know, they do not want you wearing normal necklaces. No, 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 no. They want to get as close to your skin, there we are, as possible, my delicious little babies, as if warp speed never done enough damage as it is, my delicious little babies, if you follow me. Anyway, no, I'll never let that go. Never in a million years will I ever let that go. I'm not as let's just say, forgiving as some in the world. I'm by far from it. My delicious little babies. Now then, I've got to tell you this, my delicious little babies. I was so super duper and deliciously happy because twice now, our lovely, not in that way, our lovely davidark.com, okay? He's also got his own channel, David Icke, on YouTube, okay? And that's davidike.com is his own website. He's been on twice now on our lovely not in that way, our lovely redacted, yes, and somebody put in like these what do they call them, live chat. I mean, go, like this. You see, that was my thoughts. I was saying to myself, yes, go, David, go, Clayton, go, Natalie, go, go, go. Do you know what I mean? Join forces. Yes. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little baby? So that made me super duper and deliciously happy. Now, out of most of the comments I've seen, because the first time round, ones had actually put comments, and I've got to be honest, they were super duper positive, so that was really lovely. Okay, well, so they should be. But in the live chat that I watched yesterday evening, my delicious little babies, you did have the odd one. Some mothers do have them, and let's just say criticising our lovely David Ark. For everybody else, they absolutely loved it. Okay, went up to touched 19,000. Okay, my delicious little babies who were watching the live show. Okay, my delicious little babies, and it went down to 18 like that. Then fantastic. Fan Dabby Dursey. I was super duper deliciously happy because there we are, because this is what we want. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Do you see what I'm saying, okay? So, because, of course, you will only have decent, who will invite our lovely Not in That Way, once again, our lovely David Icke to their channels. We only have the decent ones. Anybody else who refuse, well, it's a bit like I put them in the same category. Just my view, my delicious little babies. The ones who do not like animals. Well, if they do not like animals, or they do not like our beautiful little birdies, well, one has to question that type of mankind. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'll put them in the same category. Ones have to, there we are, seriously question. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Of course, I sit on the sidelines, there we are, and I'm watching many things. Okay, my delicious little babies. After all, we've not long had a storm called the little watchful one. Okay, my delicious little babies. Okay, right. I do like to be sarcastic, you know what I mean? My delicious little babies, comes with the territory with myself. Okay, my delicious little babies, now then. So, yeah, fantastic. I loved it. You know what I mean? And let all this continue. Because the more and more, and of course our lovely dear David Ark has been proven correct. There we are. He's been proven correct, hasn't he? Do you see what I mean? Good on you, dear David. Do you know what I mean? And may you be here for decades to come. How we all love you so. Of course, not in that way, okay? But we love you. Do you know what I mean? You're wonderful. Intelligent, sorry. and delicious. And we feel you're banging. Do you know what I mean? Mards Lichtenstein babies. He's just banging. Do you know what I mean? But of course, you do have others on other channels, you know, with far less intelligence, Mards Lichtenstein babies, who really can never say anything nice, you know what I mean? Because it's not in their vocabulary, you know what I mean? They're quite happy to, you know, to criticise others when, like I've just pointed out, they're far less intelligent than themselves. Now, then, mad delicious little babies, that doesn't mean no. Just pulling my hair out the way. Now, then, mad delicious little babies, so what have I got for you today? Okay. So we do have, and I am going to mention again, lovely, not in that way, our lovely Mahoney Live, capital M, sorry, do forgive me, capital T in YouTube, Mardelicious Little Babies, talking, space, with, that's in little writing, then space, capital M, Mahoney, and then space, capital T, tips, and then all the rest, well, 1, 2, 3, tips to waken the, then capital S, soul. So it's all spaces, Mardelicious Little Babies. I'll just repeat that for you again. Talking with Mahoney, tips to awaken the soul. Yes, my delicious little babies, he's actually talking about other things as well. You know, a bit about health. Okay, my delicious little babies, see, I do not need to stumble here, okay? A bit about health. Okay, my delicious little babies that for some will find very interesting. Okay, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so all of the rest now, my delicious little babies, are all on Substack. So for those of you who do not happen to have Substack at the moment, my delicious little babies, there is an app that you can, I'm not talking to any of our delicious little babies who already know this, I'm talking to our delicious little babies who are unaware of this. There is an app. If you just please and thank you as to type in search engine of your choice, Substack, it's all one word, my delicious little babies. Of course, you know, we could say in other areas of the world, you know, like, we all live in the yellow submarine, the yellow submarine, the yellow submarine. Yeah, my delicious little babies. But on this occasion, it's called Substack. So, what we got? We've got the first one, my delicious little babies. Now, with all of this, once you open Substack, so once you install it and it's opened, you can then go on to search. And this one is called, so I'm going through the list now, okay, my delicious little babies that I've wrote down. So the first one, it doesn't matter if it's in little writing or if it's a capital. It doesn't really matter, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? It's just, I'm just used to saying, if you know what I mean, okay? The first one, save, even though that is a capital, space, our, space, food. Okay, my delicious little babies, so that's the first one. Save our food with spaces. Okay, my delicious little babies. Very interesting, this one, because it actually shows you about a really good detox for the feet. Okay, my delicious little babies, because I have came across many, there we are, many actually, my delicious little babies, very sadly, who have been experiencing over months and months, there we are, problems with their feet. Okay, my delicious little babies. So this is very good. Okay, my delicious little babies. I'm just trying to help the world. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Well, I call it mankind's race, my delicious little babies, because somebody else named all of us human. Okay, my delicious little babies. So that's that. The next one, my delicious little babies, this one here is called Dr. capital D, then a full stop, then a capital B. Oh, I might as well just do it this way, the way I usually do, my delicious little babies. Ben, space capital T Tapper. Okay, Mardelish babies. It's not Taper, it's Tapper. Dr. Ben Tapper. Now, this was in 1985, Mardelish babies. Okay, it's not very long. It's not even 2 minutes long. Neither is the first one. It's just seconds long, Mardelish babies. And they were warning about, put it this way, different things than Mardelish babies. I do not know if any of you would ever have remembered the Donahue show. It's like that one, Mardelish babies, okay? And doctors were warning decades back, Mardelish babies, if you follow me. Yes. Very interesting, Mardelish little babies to take. There we are to listen to. Because like I've said, you know, you can take what they call a vaccine, which I personally do not believe is a vaccine, but that's my thoughts, Mardelish babies. But you may not, even little Rubes looked up then, Mardelish babies, okay? Thank you, little Rubes. Well, the fact of the matter is that sometimes it can take decades to see the, let's just say, the effects of taking a vaccine, Mardelish babies, if you follow me now. Then the next one. This one here, doctor, and then full stop, and then capital W, sorry, Wojaks, I'll spell that for you, Wojaks, Wojaks. Okay, Mardelish babies, Substack. So it's doctor dot Wojaks Substack. Okay, Mardelish babies in that space, okay? Now, the video should read, and this one here, Mardelish babies, is just over 2 hours long. Okay, Mardelish babies, and it should read, documenting 320 plus sudden pro athlete deaths. We do not like that word, Mardelish babies, but very sadly, we have to use that word sometimes. Since the COVID, since the COVID shot, Mardelish babies, and by the way, I repeat again, as I do on other videos, this is not against anybody who has taken this jibby jab injection, Mardelish babies, okay? I'm not talking about anybody out there, minus the little effers who are on different platforms and a box in the corner of the room who are pushing this shite. Okay, Mardelish babies, but for everybody else, my heart goes out to everybody, as I do say on other videos. Yes, Mardelish babies, okay? So how could it be? How could it be that so many fit, healthy, the rest of their lives ahead of them, would find themselves in this situation, you know, because in order to, let's rewind our noddles back, Mardelish babies, to the part where in order to be able to travel, in order to be able to go to one's job role, they were forced. Some would say, what do they say? These putrid governments in the world, they call it, well, they wouldn't even say coercion, would they? Okay. There's no way that was coercion. They were forcing ones, there we are, to do something that they didn't want to do. That's what they were doing. I've spoken, there we are, to many. Please believe me on this one. Okay, Mardelish babies. So how could so many athletes who are young, fit and healthy be collapsing? Now, this was all around the time when I was, and I was advertising a lot of BitChute, which very sadly we're not allowed to watch in our old England anymore, Mardelish babies. So I was watching all of this. as all of this was happening. My delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, actually, I've already seen this video. There we are. I'm pretty sure I have. But what I'm talking about is where it was all broken down, because ones were firing straight out on BitChute straight away, my delicious little babies. I mean, ambulances driving onto the football pitches around the world, in the world. Sorry, my delicious little babies must get out of that habit. You know, because all of a sudden, a poor footballer, you know, could be anybody, a footballer, tennis star, you know, and they were just collapsing, my delicious little babies. Do you understand what I mean? It should never have been happening. But for anybody who does have an interest, please watch this, my delicious little babies, and what they're trying to do, and this is what they've been trying to do long time now, is normalise, is to say that pericarditis, myocarditis, that all of these things are normal, whatever our definition of normal is, my delicious little babies. They're trying to say, and for everything what's happening in the world, that this is normal. Well, I do not remember seeing defibrillators. And I mean, I was a funeral arranger back all those years ago, and I do not remember seeing defibrillators everywhere, my delicious little babies. Do you understand what I mean? You only have to go to Brummy Town Centre. You know, the advertising something, and then behind that, I took a shorty video of it months ago. You know, and just behind it is a defibrillator. See what the sneaky little effers are. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? So now, I'm going to keep going on about this. There we are. For the rest of all time. There we are, my delicious little babies. Because everybody should remember what these effers in the world have done. Now then, my delicious little babies, the next one, okay, is called capital D, David, then a space, A, then a full stop, then a space, capital H, Hughes. So it's David A. Hughes. These are all on Substack, my delicious little babies. Okay, sorry, I have to just you know, remember to say that to you again. And what this is to do with, a lovely dear lady called not in that way, called Debbie Evans. Okay, my delicious little babies. And there's another man called Ant, and there's our dear David Hughes. Okay, not in that way, okay. And I've never seen him before, bless. I probably have, but it must be quite, there we are, it must be quite a while back that I have, okay. But anyway, they're all dear, not in that way. This is advertising. And by the way, David A. Hughes, bless him, he has interviews on his channel as well, my delicious little babies, so you can read up on things now on Substack, on his Substack, and he also has interviews with other uploaders as well, my delicious little babies. Okay, but this one here is advertising. Now this is going to be a new platform, okay, for the news, and it's called Camp, then a number 3, and then a capital N news, okay, .com. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'll just repeat that again. Camp 3, number 3, news.com. So this is now in the making, okay, my delicious little babies, because what they're wanting to do, okay, is to give out, there we are, the truth to the best, there we are, of their knowledge, there we are, and ability, okay, because from what we can see in the world, all that the poxy box in the corner of the room has done is bullshitted everybody, and look at the flipping effing mess we're in. Okay, my delicious little babies. So the thing is this, which of course, you know, it's been moving, hasn't it, from the box in the corner of the room to the alternative. But of course, then you've got your bullshitters. That's why there's only certain, there we are, that I will advertise, my delicious little babies. I have my one-offs because I'm wanting you to see something, please and thank you. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But then I advertise my usual little angels, there we are, that I call them, who I watch regularly. Do you see what I mean? Okay, because they're not full of flipping effing bullshit. Do you know what I mean? You've got so many others now then, isn't it? Where they wouldn't know the truth if it slapped them straight in the birth race. I'm not inciting anything. But it's just moved from one place to another. Do you know what I mean? Mad, little babies and what it is. You have to spot it all. You know? So at the moment, it's like, not in literal terms, I'm talking about the way I see it, is it's like a war for the bullshiters and the propaganda to the serious and truthful. Do you see what I'm saying, mad little babies? But you will hear on many other channels, believe me on this one, where ones will put down anybody is telling there we are the damn truth, isn't it? They're very happy to put them down just so that ones can move on to somebody else. There we are, somebody else's channel, and bing, 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 up the numbers go. Do you see what I'm saying, mad little babies? Well, they're bought and paid for little pieces of shart that you wouldn't even wipe off your shoe. Do you know what I mean, mad little babies? Thing is, you have to spot it. Oh, and there's something else I want to say before I mention the last two, mad little babies. Yeah, it seems that AR is, or whoever's behind it, mad little babies, okay? They're moving, starting to move the goalpost, aren't they? To do with the AR. Aren't they, mad delicious little babies? Yes. Been listening to some different videos. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not advertising them, just in case it's not quite correct. But I'd pretty much say, sorry, yeah, stumbled there, rightfully so. I'd pretty much say, there we are, that I am believing, there we are, this. Okay? So, it seems that AR is not all it's cracked up to be. My delicious little babies, it seems. And I haven't just listened to one or two videos. I've listened, there we are, to a number from different uploaders who I've never seen before in my life. My delicious little babies, do you see what I mean, okay? So we're going to have to see how this goes, aren't we, my delicious little babies? You know, even YouTubers, they get into trouble if they're using too much AR. Please do not quote me. I'm just trying to remember with my noddle. You know what I mean? Just joining the dots here. There we are, my delicious little babies. You know what I mean? So they're moving the goalpost all the time. Plus, how many uploaders did YouTube get rid of? Was it in 2025? Again, please do not quote me. I've got to be... Was it 12,000 or was it 12 million? That number again, my delicious little babies, 12. See, they're like the number 3, they're like the number 6, they're like the number 9, and they're like the number 12. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, it's one of those, one or the other. I cannot remember now because I've deleted it all. Okay, my delicious little babies, yeah? Because what they were doing is bringing in new and fresh. But if we notice as well, they were also bringing who wrongfully, totally wrong what they did, YouTube. They removed and banged off the truthful. And like the Corbett report that's back on YouTube as well. What's the other one called? Truth. I flipping forgot what it's bloody called now. I can see it. Is it Press for Truth? Press for Truth as well, my delicious little babies. They banged everybody off. London Real, all of them. Okay, my delicious little babies. And then they've only recently... Can you see how there we are? This is rocking and a rolling. Do you see what I mean? So when I heard that, I thought, yes, ding, ding, dong, dong, yes. I see. But then obviously they're trying to bring in new creators. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Oh, just thought I'd let you know something else as well while it's on my noddle, my delicious little babies. You know the job centre? Well, they're doing it in our Brummyland, my delicious little babies. I just thought I'd let you know. They're doing, is it a 4-week course? A 4-week course for somebody who's out to work to train to be a content creator. My delicious little babies in media. And who's behind it, or I don't know, I suppose, what do you call it, funding it? BlackRock. Rock on, Tommy. Do you know what I mean? BlackRock. Okay, Mardlish babies, and I know this, there we are, as a fact. Okay, Mardlish babies now then. The next one, Mardlish babies, but please do not quote me, like I said about the other one, could be 12,000 or 12 million, I cannot remember now, okay, without having to flipping fish through everything again, Mardlish babies. But you can see, there we are, how it's rocking and rolling. And look at TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Can you see what's happening, Mardlish babies, okay? Anyway, for those who know, I'm not talking to you, Mardlish babies, I'm talking to our delicious babies who do not know. So you've got to watch the flex now. There we are, what's going on. And it seems to myself, there we are, they're continuously moving the goalpost. So it seems to myself that they do not always like the goalpost in one place. They like to move it, here, here, and here, and here, and here. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Can you see how it's rocking and rolling? But of course, too many know, don't they? Too many know that we are about everything, my delicious babies, you know what I mean? The lid is well and truly off, isn't it? It doesn't take an handstand to work that out. And what did I hear? Was it Netanyahu? And what was it now? What did he say? We're a bit. I've seen it on another video somewhere. Whether it's AI or something, I do not feel it was. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not, wonderfully knowledgeable in that area, my delicious babies. I could just about work with flipping dog and bird. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? And to think that years ago, there we are, I could be, there we are, quite a wizard. On the computers, my delicious babies. To think that, but these days I'm completely rusty. For some reason. It's just because I'm not into them now. Do you understand what I mean? If I was, then I'd be up to date with everything. There we are. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? Anyway, so yeah, my delicious babies. What did he say? They're a bit late in the game. Yeah. Okay, my delicious babies. So there we are. Rest my case, really, don't I? But like I said, I mean, it could be AI. I personally do not feel it was at all. Now then, my delicious babies. The next one, my delicious babies. And by the way, at the end of the day, I do not involve myself. I try my best not to involve myself to do with Gaza, Israel, or anything like that. Do you understand me? I'm just talking about, what's going on, my delicious babies. I mean, put it this way: if you have to pay, these creators $7 grand, ka-ching, ching, ching, ching. I suppose if you look at these young ones, I mean, for most of them, I suppose who would not jump at that? You know what I mean? My delicious baby, $7 grand, to push out one narrative. I'm pretty sure you'd have them queuing up in a line. Do you know what I mean? My delicious baby, there probably was. Do you know what I mean? My delicious babies, but even that, if you look at the other side of things, what's going on? Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Because you can see what's happening. Do you know what I mean? It's like somebody on a BMX, then somebody on a little pushback. You know what I mean? With a little basket. Do you know what I mean? They've got to catch up with the BMX. Or it's like having one of these old, do you remember the old racers? Them ones that your body bent, and then when you like racing on a bike. You know what I'm on about, Matt? I forgot what they're called now. It's like having one of those, isn't it? Then having a much slower pushback. What's that song? Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy, you're for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle made for two. You see, because I wish that they were sitting on the same back, one behind the other. except for they seem to be where, there we are, more behind. Do you see what I mean, Marge Little Babies? Anyway, some will get me humour and some will not, Marge Little Babies, okay? Just came into my noddle. Now then, the last two, so you've got on Substack again, Marge Little Babies, Vernon's. You only have to type it in once you've opened the app. Once again, should anybody happen to have any form of an interest, I never needed to stumble there. Capital V, Vernon's, space, Substack. And then if you just type that in, Marge Little Babies, then you'll come up with it. That is, he is, sorry, bless him, not in that way, not in that way. Our dear Dr. Vernon Coleman, okay, who, bless his dear little soul, you know, was banged off everywhere, okay, and bless his dear little soul, it does not seem to have improved much, very sadly. I wish it would. I wish that they'd just let him back on. You know, why they're not letting him back on? This is all wrong, Marge Little Babies. And that's the other one I was thinking of, sparing a thought of. I'm not too sure if that's still around, Brand New Tube, because for a while, bless, Brand New Tube did help Dr. Vernon Coleman, you know, to help to get his videos out. The other videos were on BitChute as well, okay? But something happened, because even a Brand New Tube were being, well, let's just say threatened with things, you know what I mean, to not let Dr. Vernon Coleman come on their website. It's terrible, isn't it, Marge Little Babies, when one's trying to get the truth out, and they're done getting the truth out, and others are trying to hide the truth. But of course, it was everybody's health. You know what I mean? The old pandemic, the lockdown, and then very sadly, what followed. But that was for everybody's health. So you would have thought that for everybody's health, Marge Little Babies, everybody who spoke out to try to heal mankind, okay, you would have thought that they would have loved it, but no. This went the opposite way, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. Very nasty. If more had found out the truth, there we are. A lot could have been prevented. So if my channel, whatever happens to it, gets terminated or whatever, then, well, that's just the way it goes. I'll just go somewhere else, my delicious little babies. Okay? You'll either find me under Woman with a View, spaces, or you'll find me under Mia Tarot -Virgo. Okay, my delicious babies, I'm sure that you'll find me somewhere, okay? You'll find me on that, like I said a while back. Okay, my delicious babies. Now, the final one is called capital S Saves, okay, space, capital S Substack. Okay, my delicious babies, now I'm going to close my book and we need to go back to where we need to go back to. Now, this is with, so if you please and thank you, type in the saves, you know, once you're in Substack, you know, please and thank you, saves, space, Substack, then you'll come to our dear, not in that way, our dear Mark, space, Steele, Steele, okay? Mark Steele's, well, he's Mark Steele, but, you know, Mark Steele's channel, bless him. Okay, my delicious babies. And, yeah, I really suggest that ones, really, if you can. I mean, I know that with YouTube, it's very good to look at videos. It's very good to, you know what I mean? But, I mean, you've got Substack, you've got Odyssey, you've got so many. You've got Rumble, haven't you? You got this Upscroll that I was hearing about. However, do I feel that, yeah, we'll watch the flex. I reckon it's going to be, there we are, as I originally thought, the first second that I heard about it. Okay, but we shall see, we shall see. Okay, my delicious little baby. Oh, gosh, I'm stumbling here, aren't I? See, I was stumbling there, my delicious little babies, you know, up scrolling and everything. Anyway, my delicious babies, that's the end of our channel. But yeah, we need to go backwards. But please, Substack have some excellent, well, it's just excellent, okay? And it's what you will not hear on like YouTube and things like this now then, okay? But Substack at the moment as well, very sadly. They haven't managed to escape either because let's just say they're trying to mess with Substack as well, my delicious little babies. Okay, you know, whenever somebody does this, my delicious little babies, and I'll end on this note. Whenever somebody does anything like this, it's desperation, isn't it? It's desperado, desperado. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Do you know what I'm saying? But the more and more that they're doing it, is the more and more there we are that ones can see what they're doing. Do you see what I'm saying? There we are. Do you see what I mean? And that's simple things. That's what's happening, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected. And how I love you also. You're beautiful, wonderful, delicious, and I love you. And I give you all a great big hug, a great big bear hug. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now you just please look after now, okay? And please try to take care of others, and please look after yourselves now. Yes, okay? Because we are in a bonkers, crackers, and crazy world. And I'm not here to depress you, my delicious little babies. I'd never do that. Do you understand what I mean? But come on, there we are. We've got to get damn well real for what's happening, okay? And what dear Mark Steele was talking about is how these are trying to take as many out as possible, my delicious little babies. I really strongly suggest that ones really please listen to his videos as well, my delicious little babies. Okay, I do keep trying. I'm very flipping trying. We've got our lovely mornings with Mal K on Rumble as well, my delicious little babies. Is there anybody else? We've got our lovely iconic trending on iconic on YouTube, my delicious little babies. Not in that way with anyone, okay? I'm really trying my best to remember everyone. Our lovely UK Colin McKay. So I'm really trying my best here to remember as many as what I can, okay, my delicious little babies. But please, we really got to get real. There we are. We really got to get up on this now. Okay, my delicious little babies came. We've got to get as much information out, there we are, as possible. So any videos that you watch, Substack works differently because when you click on the share, okay, it'll come up with like a row of, little symbols. But if you then scroll it, do you know what I mean? Swipe it across a bit, it'll say more. More, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like it? More, more, more. What were the years with all these songs, my delicious babies, anyway? And you click on there, and then you got the option to go on. Getting back to being serious now. Well, I was being serious. It's just, I have my musical noddle on. Okay, my delicious babies, from time to time. Whether you want to send messages the normal way or WhatsApp or, whichever way you want to do it. Anyway, they're trying to, there we are, to hijack WhatsApp as well. My delicious babies. I've been talking about this for months and months and months and months and months and months and months on and off on my videos. I do not like the new format, what they've done with WhatsApp as well, because before you could just clear chat, but now you have to go down and then you see what I mean. So they're just trying to there we are. They're just trying to everything up. My delicious little babies. They want to know all of our business 24/7. You know what I mean? My delicious little babies. Okay. Anyway, so very much love, but no, I'm not here to depress anybody. But we need to get real, please and thank you. We need to understand what is going on. This is not over yet. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? It would be for all of us because we just want to move on with our lives and not have all this shat. But unfortunately for us, for others, they're not finished with us. So they're still trying to na 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 na. Here comes the step up murderer. Excuse me, Mr. Officer, murderer. You see, we've got nobody to help us, my delicious little babies. So we've all got to help each other. We must all stand together. Okay, my delicious little babies. So until my next video, how I love you. Take care now. Look after. Bye-bye.